Nikhil, I wanted to ask you a question for a long time. People are born, they study, get jobs, and they get married, and again they have children, they study, they get jobs, and again they get married. So, does this cycle go on forever? Is this a purpose of life? What is the meaning of life?
Well, that's a very good, interesting question. But before answering that question, let's look at this picture. That's a small little dot that you see there is the real picture of the Earth taken from millions of miles away in the vastness of space out of billions of stars and galaxies in the universe. We are like a speck of dust in this universe. But those stars, galaxies, universe, and we are made up of the same elements and atoms. The universe itself exists within us. We are so special. But what is the meaning of life? What is the meaning of life for a dog or a cat or a cow, if you say?
Yeah.
If you clearly observe, every animal in nature, every organism in nature struggles to survive and reproduces. That is the biological purpose of life.
But why do we even exist in this universe?
Well, one physicist tried to explain this brilliantly. Take a cup of coffee, hot coffee. It cools down to room temperature after some time. Air diffuses out of a punctured tire. So as the time goes on, energy goes from high energy areas to low energy areas, which spreads the atoms and particles randomly in the system. Group of atoms naturally form into more organized molecular configurations to dissipate and distribute energy in an organized fashion. Let's take a plant for example. It is made up of billions of organized and structured units called cells. Using the structured carbon atoms in the cells, a plant absorbs extreme energetic sunlight, uses it to build sugars, and ejects infrared light, a much less concentrated form of energy. Even we humans are made up of billions of cells, which take energy and perform functions such as metabolism, respiration, etc. So that is one of the most organized and structured way of spending and distribution of energy in this universe.
So life is a more structured and organized way of spending energy.
Yes, each cell in our body has a DNA molecule. A cell replicates itself using the DNA. And what is a great way of spending and distributing even more energy? Make more copies of yourself using the DNA. So as Richard Dawkins quoted, we are just machines built by DNA to make more copies of the same DNA to make the life continue.
Wow! Life is nothing much than matter and energy. So there's no gap between living and non-living.
Maybe. You see, what's happening here is, as the energy gets distributed in the universe, under certain conditions, matter will spontaneously self-organize. This is true for even non-living structures such as snowflakes, sand dunes, which have pattern structures created in these energy dissipative processes. And life too is such a process. So there might not be much difference between a living thing and a non-living thing, which is a bold claim, but I think that is true.
So that's interesting. So what is the future of life in this universe?
See, what's happening here is, under certain conditions in this universe, as the energy gets distributed to achieve thermodynamic equilibrium, atoms get into more organized molecular configurations to dissipate and distribute energy in an organized fashion. Those self-replicating molecules developed into more organized structures called single-cell organisms, which evolved into even more complex multicellular organisms, which organized into cooperative societies. A similar sequence appears to have unfolded in human evolution as well, from family groups to bands to tribes to agricultural communities to cities to nations, which are united by common goals to be more successful than isolated individuals. The next major transition on Earth would be the emergence of a sustainable and cooperative global society. And then this cooperative organization continued beyond our solar system to spread across the universe.
Wow, that's amazing. But that's more like a movie.
Oh, you mean to say that whatever that is happening is not real? You mean to say that we are not real? Actually, you might be true. Let me tell you something amazing. We are made up of these billions of cells, right? Any organism is made up of billions of cells. And inside of those cells, there are like trillions of atoms. Inside an atom, we have nucleus, and electrons revolve around that nucleus. Almost 99% of any atom is empty space. So if you take out all the empty space from all the atoms in all the people around this world, you could fit the entire population of the earth into an apple. The chair that you're sitting, the phone that you're using, and everything that you're looking at right now is almost not there. So are we real? Do we really exist? Or is it just an illusion? I don't know.
I'm still thinking about the meaning of life.
Okay, if that is too complex to understand, if you are still thinking about the meaning of life, do this. Find out what you love doing. Do things that excite you. Go do adventures, travel, sing, dance. Do whatever you like. Do things that make you happy. The purpose of life is to live it. Life wants you to live. So live it.